Hey Saber fans, Tony here from Run Sabers, and today another update video for you. If you're new to the channel, I do install, repair, and review these sabers, so please like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a website, runsabers.com, where you can find my finished products and sound fonts. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's get to the video. So here we have a 89 Sabers slash Korbanth DV3. This is Vader's lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith. This lightsaber actually wasn't used in the movie at all. It was behind the scenes that didn't actually have any screen time at all, but it was a very cool rendition of Vader's lightsaber. This was initially installed by Korbanth. The customer had a few problems with it from Korbanth, and I kind of will go into that. Basically, the config was backwards because they decided to code it and the USB was towards the blade, so he was getting lockup instead of drag whenever he clashed with the blade pointed up, and then the opposite was where he was getting lockup while the blade was pointing down, which you should be getting drag. So I went back in and revamped that. I updated all the blade styles that Korbanth had, and then this customer wanted to add about 20 or so fonts, and so it was a lot of work to go in and add those, and then he also wanted the ones that all of those, plus Korbanth's default fonts, all to be rearranged so it was dark to light, and so tried to do that best as possible. It was a bit complicated to go in and go through that and list all of them that was already coded. Now with Korbanth, I've updated a lot of them. I've had a lot of business from fixing their lightsabers. This is a 2022 lightsaber install from them. And this is a newer hilt that they've made, and so to have these problems where they coded it wrong, it's like they didn't even check. And so this didn't have gesture features in the beginning, so I added gesture features. This is now functioning ProffieOS 6.7. It's a nice Echo chassis that was from Goth-3D Designs, 28mm speaker, removable battery, kill switch. The battery also, I don't know if this came from the customer or not, but the battery has scraped off some of the plastic wrapping, which it still functions perfectly fine. And then you've got a 7/8" blade. And so yeah, without further ado, I won't go through all of the fonts, of course, but I will go through enough to show you the new features and stuff. The customer also said that he didn't have blaster block or deflections, and that could be because of the orientation of the blade as well, or that it just didn't have the correct blade styles. So I'll go through all that, showing off all the cool features now. And so yeah, first up, I want to show off this really cool boot up sound, which came with the Saber. And so, very kind of cool. It's episode 3 Vader quote. And so, but yeah. So, without further ado, let's put in a blade. So, for this one, I had to sand down my own blade that I'll be using to demo it. This is a 34-inch blade that I custom made a while ago. But yeah, so first up, we start with Tuscan Terminator by Kyophonic. This is Anakin Episode 2 font. And so, you got a nice deep blue on there. So you do have blasters now, so power is up top, aux is bottom. You want to tap bottom to hit aux, or hit blasters. So for lockup you want to hold and clash. For multi-blast you want to hold aux for 2 seconds and let go. You get that multi-blast begin, you're going to swing your saber. For blasters, if you want to get out of it, tap once more on aux, and go back to normal. For quotes, you want to hold power for 2 seconds and let go. This does have gesture features, so twist on and twist off. I did that backwards. Twist on and twist off. If you want to play tracks, you want to hold power for 2 seconds while the saber's off. This has the Tuscan camp on there. This does have a media player as well, so you can rotate if the tracks are there. So yeah, next up.
Anakin Skywalker.
This is K-Sith's Chosen One. This is the hero version. Now for lightning block, you want to hold power, tap aux. Well, it might be a bit tricky with this one because it's on a control box like this. So you want to hold power, tap aux. And for color changing, it's the opposite. So hold aux, tap power. You get that sound, and you can just rotate your saber to change to any color you'd like. Now to confirm the color, if you like it, or to fine tune it, you can hold and then let go with power. If you want to go back to the previous color, just hit the aux button. And it'll go back to the original coded color. What else? Some tracks on this as well. Force effects. The track for this is Battle over Coruscant. Next up,
Darth Vader.
This is Chosen One by K-Sith. This is the villain version, which fits very well on this saber. It's episode 3 Darth Vader, font. And so this has Anakin's Dark Deeds as the track. Now with this blade I used a color change direct code for Proffie, so it goes from blue directly to red.
Do what must be done, Lord Vader. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
That's a force effect. Now for this one I also did a cool multi-blast begin sound that came with the font. It's the younglings, of course.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
And you can slaughter as many younglings as you like. So yeah, very fun. Next up. Now continuing the story of Vader and this hilt, this is Rogue One Vader by Kyophonic on Father V2.
There is no Death Star. The Senate has been informed that Jeddah was destroyed in a mining disaster. There is no Death
Of
Star.
course there's another force effect.
The Senate has been informed that Jeddah was destroyed in a mining disaster.
This has the hallway scene.
Loop.
Next up.
Lord Vader.
This is a default that was on Korbanth that I've updated. I just put it within that Anakin story. This is Rogue Vader by K Sith in Korbanth's config. This has the same hallway scene track on there. Next up. This is A New Hope from Father V2 by Kyophonic. Very nice deep hum. A New Hope swings. Got some cool quotes on here.
Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
Very loud quotes.
Commander, tear this ship
my gosh.
apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive.
Yes, we get it, Vader.
A tremor in the force. The last time I felt it was in the presence of my old master.
What's really cool about this hilt too is you have the little windows there. But yeah. This has Imperial March as the track.
Loop.
Next up. This is the ESB version of Father V2 by Kyophonic.
Impressive. Most impressive.
This has Luke versus Vader as the track. But yeah. Next up. This is Return of the Jedi version of Father V2 by Kyophonic. Very crisp.
I have felt him, my master. Perhaps I can find new ways to motivate him.
Yeah. This has the throne duel between Luke and Vader. Next up.
You ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
This is the Tragedy by Kyophonic. This is a Plagueis-inspired font. Has a nice little build-up there.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
This has Plagueis' theme on there. Next up.
Don't insult me.
This is Night Sister by Kyophonic. This is a Ventress-inspired font.
It looks like I'm here to rescue you. How unfortunate. I was looking for a challenge.
Next up.
Second sister.
The second by Kyophonic. Slash K Sith. This one has a pilot light on there, so it has a little spark there. You ignite it, which fits, I think, the second style very well. This has Fet 263's blade style on it. This has the Jedi Fallen Order 19 track. When Vader shows up. Spoiler alert. Next up.
Just a simple wonder.
This is the Ronin from the Duel by Kyophonic. A nice slow ignition. This has an unstable swing. Oh, well, you guys can see that. And so, yeah. So yeah, next up.
Darth Revan.
This is the Prodigal Butcher by Kyophonic. This is a Rev-inspired font. So this one has a color change direct from purple to red. Let's see if I can do it.
Darth Malik.
Rip.
Darth Vader.
There we go. Next, this one has a custom Rev track I made. This is a fingerprint magnet, by the way. Next up,
Darth Malik.
Metallic Jaw by Kyophonic.
You can never escape me.
The Starkiller font, Secret Apprentice by Kyophonic. Love the blasters, they're so soft.
No, my master, I will not fail you.
This one fits the Saber very well as well. Alright.
I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Prodigal.
This is Forearm General by Kyophonic. This has General Grievous's track from both Clone Wars and the movie. Next up.
Jedi, prepare for death.
Now, I'm going to skip a lot of these because, again, a lot of these are just tons of fonts. You already know how the Saber functions. I'm not going to go through all of, 30-plus fonts. And so I'll skip the Party Blade, and then we'll call it a vid.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
So last but not least, you have your passive battery monitor from green to red. This one's on medium now because it's yellow. And, of course, the Party Blade. This is Korbanth's version, as the track goes and font, but the blade style is mine. So I hope the customer enjoys this. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.